Always a pleasure to welcome Heather Abbott to the studio. She, of course, is the founder and president of the Heather Abbott Foundation. And it's a special time of year because, yes, we focus on the time surrounding the marathon, but when you have a foundation like this, you need events throughout the year. So first of all, thanks for coming. Nice to have you here.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
And let's talk specifically about what we've got cooking coming up on September 29th. I was there a couple years ago. I wasn't there last year, but the Barking Crab, always amazed at how many people show up and support you.
Yeah, it's a great event. We've been doing it, this will be our fourth fall. And it's from 1 to 5 at the Barking Crab on September 29th. And we'll be raising funds to help get amputees prostheses, as we always are. And I'm really looking forward to it.
I know you well enough to at least understand that every year you try to make things bigger and better throughout the whole year. But is there anything different about this event that's going to make it a little bit different than previous years?
Yeah, this is a special year. The event is put on by the Barking Crab. They donate all of the food and drinks and let us use their space. And that's because they were, one of the managers there was a close friend of Crystal Campbell's, who died in the Boston Marathon bombing. And her friend that she was with that day, Karen McWaters, is an amputee now and a very close friend of mine. So this year, 5 years after the bombing, we've decided that we'd like to incorporate a way to remember Crystal at this event. So we have an exciting announcement this year, but it's a surprise.
Little tease, right? You can't tell us everything, but a little tease. So you want to go, particularly if you know Crystal and her family. Give us an update about what you've been able to accomplish. Because when I go and you tell the stories of the people who have received your financial assistance, it really gives you chills because you really understand their stories so much better and you understand them at a personal level. So give people who may not understand everything that you look to achieve, what you do each and every day and how you move this foundation forward and who you help.
Yeah, well, we help amputees who are victims of traumatic circumstances. So most of them lost limbs unexpectedly at some point in their lives and would like prosthetic devices to help get them back to doing activities they used to do or to doing things easier or better than what their insurance provides for them. So because they're so expensive, the foundation was formed to help amputees afford these devices.
Have you been overwhelmed at the amount of support you've gotten? I mean, to put it in context for people, how much have you been able to help? And you can share numbers or not share numbers depending on how comfortable you feel, but I would guess that it's pretty overwhelming.
It certainly is overwhelming. Last April we shared some numbers and had kind of tallied things up, and at this point we've given 20 prostheses away to amputees in 10 different states. And we're closing in on close to actually $1 million raised. So it's been tremendous. It hasn't even been 4 years yet, and we've done quite a bit.
What have you learned, and what might have changed in the area of prosthesis since 2013, when you first got your first artificial limb?
Well, it was all new to me. So this whole world was something I had never been exposed to before. I had been told how much more advanced prostheses were from 10 or 15 years ago, and they just keep getting more and more advanced. The things they're able to do are just amazing. It's just the price tag associated with them is also pretty astounding.
And I know, just having gone to so many of these events, the fraternity that, for better or worse, was formed on that day back in April of 2013. You're a family, and it's so clear to see when you're in your presence how much you support each other and how much you love each other. If you could, just share with me how those relationships have blossomed over the years, because at this point now, people are married, people have kids, people have sent kids to colleges, weddings, all that kind of stuff, and I'm sure that you're, at least at some level, a part of that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Last October, many of us were invited to Roseanne Zadoya Materia's wedding, to the fireman that saved her, Mike, which was great to be a part of that day. And Jessica Kensky and Patrick Downs were in touch recently to let me know they'd love to give away copies of their book, autographed and signed by Rescue and them, Rescue and Jessica, the children's book that they released in April. So they'll be at the event on the 29th signing books for me too.
Very cool. What else? Generally speaking, somebody walks into the Barking Crab on September 29th. At what time does it start?
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock. What should they expect when they walk in the door?
A lot of fun. It's always a fun environment. There's a lot of energy. Some of our beneficiaries will be there. Some of the children that we've assisted with prosthetic devices and getting involved in the amputee community will also be there and be speaking at the event. So it's going to be a fun time, and Sean Rivers music will be playing. Sean Rivers is a friend of mine, and he's a great musician, so everyone looks forward to seeing him each year.
Awesome. I can attest. I was there a couple years ago. I'll be there on the 29th. It should be a great time. It's at the Bark and Crab. You can get tickets by going to Heather's website, which, if I get it right, is heatherabbottfoundation.org, correct?
That's right.
Good stuff. Go there right now and get your tickets, and we'll see you on the 29th. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you very much.